Hi and welcome to Pumpkin's Nail Station. Today we're going to run a little test to see which method out of these four things here, I'm going to check you can see them, is the best for removing gel polish. So we've got the clip with the cotton wool in it. We'll have the poppet that goes onto your finger like that if you've never seen one, with a bit of cotton wool inside it with acetone or remover on it. We've got these wipes, which are the GELUX remover pads, and we've got these, the packets, what you rip open and stick your finger inside it. I'm also going to test out whether this gel remover is better than just normal acetone that I only use for wiping my stamping plates. So we'll just get down to this then. So I'm just going to, what I usually do is I roll out a cotton wool ball like that if I'm going to use the others, and I would just cut off a little edge like that, cut off a couple of edges. You probably only need 2 or 3 maybe at the most, so that will make a few rather than wasting all your cotton wool pads, so that's a good tip. Then I would file all the top coat off the top of my nails. That's what I would usually do. I've done this already, but I'm just showing you what I would normally do. Is I would just file the top coat off just to break the seal of all the polish. So you would just do that to all your nails until the shiny layer is gone. You could then just brush the dust off so that you've not got dust all over you. And now we're going to try the poppet with some of the remover. So you would just soak that in remover. You could squeeze a bit of the excess on that one because we're going to use acetone on the plug. Then I would just pop this, inside here like that so it fits in, and then you would just pop one of your nails just on top of it so it's covering all of it, and pop it in so it's like that, and you would just leave that like that. Then we'll just try the remover on this one because this is the GELUX system, so I want to try it out as a system. So you would just move that so it covers all the nail, wrap it over, and then wrap it over again like that, and then just give it a fold and then another fold like that, so that you've got it on your finger nice and tight so that it looks like that. And then I'm just going to pop some acetone in the plug one. So you would just get a bit of acetone on there, you would pop it into the plug like so it's nice and flat, and then you would just pop your nail on top of that and clip it down so that they look like that. And then just on my other hand I will try one of these. So you tear the top off so the packet, it looks like this, so it looks like that. So you would open it up and then you would just pop your finger inside so that the paper is covering it over the top, and then you would just fold it, squeeze it and fold it so that it fits over the nail like that. Oops. A bit hard to do with all these on, probably should have done that one first. And then just fold it over at the bottom like that. So basically they all look like that. So we've got all 4 of these on. So we have all 4 of them on. I hope you all seen that. But if you didn't, let me know and I will do this again for you. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do these short videos in 10-minute intervals. So I'm going to come back in 10 minutes and we're going to take these off and we're going to see if any of the polish is ready to be removed. If it's not, or we'll take off what we can, we'll pop them back on, and then we'll do it for another 10 minutes and I'll come back and show you the results again, because we don't really want to be sitting here chatting about nothing for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to leave these on for 10 minutes and then I will be back. Right, so we're back. So we've got these. It's been exactly 10 minutes, so I'm just going to pop these off in like an order so we know what fingers they go back on in order, as if we're looking at it like that, so we know what's what. So we're going to try and scrape off this one first, which was the acetone on the clip. So we'll see how, see, this is coming off alright actually. I do always expect to have to do, you know, this a couple of times usually with me, because I find that if I use white it does take a second going, because you shouldn't force this off. It will come off, but this might just take another 10 minutes. So yeah, that's what I would probably do for that. I'd probably give it a little file. I'd probably file it a little bit at this stage as well, just to loosen up a bit more and make it give a bit more. So that's what I would do at this stage. I'll just give it another file like that, and get my dust brush that I use for this. So yeah, that has took off quite a bit in the first 10 minutes, which is what normally it's quite decent. That was just the acetone. That one was. The next one that we're doing is the GELUX remover and the wipes. So this remover is normally pretty good. So yeah, it is lifting off the top layer, and some of the white is coming off. So yeah, don't force this off. If it's not ready, just pop it back on with a bit more solution. That's my advice. So yeah, I think that one it did a bit better than the other one, to be honest. It has took off a lot more. So again, I would just give it a little file down the sides, just to loosen off anything that might be sitting there. So yeah, that's all I would do. Just give it a little file off, just to get the rest of that off there. And the next one was the GELUX in the poppet. So yeah, this is the RMOVER gel polish actually, that's coming off really easily on the top. And this white one is a Sexy Mix white, because I didn't have an RMOVER white, but if I did, I think this would have come off a lot easier, because the white that I used was quite a opaque white, so it's quite thick. So yeah, this is not doing too bad either for 10 minutes. I do recommend this GELUX remover though, honestly, it's amazing. So yeah, quite a bit of that came off there as well. So it's not doing too badly for 10 minutes. But really, that's not bad at all. And the last one is the packet, which came in a kit, which I'm going to show to you soon. Came in a starter kit. So yeah, I'm just going to do this way because I'm not using my dominant hand. So yeah, that's come off quite easily as well. It's done quite well in the poppet. And let's try and file a bit and see what comes off. Only file while you've still got a bit of polish on the nail. Try to avoid parts of the nail where the natural nail is showing, especially if you're using an E-file or a high grit file. So we're just going to top up these ones because obviously this has dried out a bit in the 10 minutes, so I'm just going to pop some more acetone on this. You would put a fair bit on there, you know, soak it, because it's got to last 10 minutes in there. And pop a bit more of the remover on this, because after a while it does dry out, ladies, you know what I mean. Sometimes I turn, if it's not stuck, sometimes I'll just turn it over, you know, onto the other side. and just pop a bit more remover onto the pad. Saturate it well, pop it back in there, and then we add the gel. Pop that back into there. I think this is dried out now. Yeah, that's dried out, so I'll probably just get another one of these, to be honest, and redo that one. Okay, so this one went onto this one. I don't think these are too bad, to be honest with you. I think they're less fiddly than these, but to be honest with you, the foil one, the pad inside it didn't feel that dry. So that is, you know, the old-fashioned ways are sometimes the best, and sometimes these things here are just like novelties, really, aren't they? You know, if you know what I'm saying. But I do like these pegs though. They're all right for convenience. You know what I mean? Just make sure it's covering all of the nail. So we've got that on there, and then just off camera, I'll put another one of these on, and then I'll be back in another 10. Right, so we are back. I just pegged that on to there just to keep it on nice and tight. So we're just going to do the same thing as we did last time. I'm just going to slip them off in line so we know what fingers they go on, and we'll see what they look like now. This has been after another 10 minutes. I've been timing it so it's exact. There's no, so we know exactly what times roughly to go at. And yeah, so it probably just needed 10, maybe 15 minutes. This is the packet one. No, that's this poppet one just here. So yeah, that was the poppet with the GELUX. So I think that's worked really well, because I'm hardly rubbing that off, because that's how it should come off. If it's tough to come off, then just put it back on and leave it. Just wait a couple more minutes, because you will end up damaging your nail. This one's actually a extension, what I had a go at. One of my first attempts at a nail sculpt. So at this stage I'd probably just get a really fine buffer and just buff off any bits that are there with a buffer that's safe to use on natural nails. And that's all off. So the poppets were a success. Yeah, they was good. That was the poppets with that on it, with the GELUX remover. So the next one was the foil wrap with the GELUX. So this is the GELUX system. So we'll see how good that was. See, look, that still needs a bit longer. It's coming off, but it's a bit tougher. Let's see. Oh, actually no, it's not that hard to come off. I would say this is ready. Yeah, so that was a success. So again, I would just brush off any excess around there and just get a buffer and just buff the nail. Right, so after you've done this to your nails, I'd recommend just giving them a good wash and giving them a good rub with some hand cream and some oil. Just put some oils back into the nails, and just give them, just look after them a little bit after you've removed something, after you've had something like that on the nails. And this was the clip with the acetone. And yeah, look, it's not as good as a proper remover. This was just some cheap acetone from the pound shop, so you can see for yourself. And I think this is dried out as well. Yeah, it's dried out. that's why it's not coming off as good. So I don't really recommend these. They're alright for holding stuff like this on, so if it's a bit loose, so if you had one of these on, say, and you wanted something just to like hold it on a bit, so you could pop it in like that and you could just hold it on into place like that, they'd be alright for stuff like that. But yeah, I don't recommend them as a remover by themselves. I don't think it's very good at all. And finally, we are looking at the packets, which was on this finger. And yeah, I mean, you should be doing this more or less straight away, so it probably has dried up again through my fault, really, not the product, but it's coming off. So I think these are good as well, to be honest. I have used them on another finger and it's brought it all off. Yeah, it's all come off. It's just a bit of pigment stuck down there. So yeah, I think the packets were a success as well, because this is coming off pretty easy and it's come off in one go, as it should. So I would just give it a little buff at this stage. The removal process, I would just buff it. So yeah, I'd say that was a success as well. So yeah, I would say that's a success as well. I'd say that's worked really, really well. So the only one that didn't really work very good was the cheap acetone, that one. So this one I just bought really for using with this to clean my stamping plates with. I don't really use it for removing my gels. I use this because this, I don't know, I mean it is just acetone. It does say gel polish remover on it, but personally I have tried it and this is the best that you get. You have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it on your nails, and it does take so much longer. So I just don't know whether it's because it's a cheap acetone. I don't know, I really don't know, but it says suitable for gel polish removal, but as you can see all the other nails have removed off fine apart from this, and that's still rock solid. So yeah, I don't recommend that one, removing your gels. I would buy a proper remover if I was you, because it's got stuff in there to condition the nails, and it is acetone, but it's got other things in it as well. And yeah, you can see for yourself, the results speak for themselves. So I would recommend this method, or even this method. It doesn't matter which, but this one I don't really recommend it. That's my findings on this lot. That was after 20 minutes of removal, so you can just imagine the stress that you're putting your nails under when you have to keep putting it back on and putting it back on and putting it back on. I would say this would have been ready after about 15 minutes, but I wanted to do it in 10-minute intervals. So yeah, I would say if you want me to test any of these out again, just on my whole nails on camera, and we can see if it comes off in 15 minutes, I'm happy to do that for you. We'll just test out a whole hand using a method that you want to see. So if you want to see the packets, the foils, or the poppets, I think that's what they're called, I have no idea, but I got these off eBay. I think there was about £1 or something, so I'll put the links for that. I got these from a cosmetics place in West Bridgford. You get a box full of them and they come like this with a pad already inside it, and yeah, I think it was about £5 for the box. So they're not cheap, but you could easily make them yourself and just use something like a lint-free wipe or something inside it and pop that over the nail and then wrap it in foil. So that's a cheaper way of doing it. But I do recommend these with this as a system, because I just think Like, they're really, really good. This is what I use generally, this method, because I think it's the best. But you know, these are good. My mum likes these ones. She likes that because she can still have her e-cigarette. What mum's like, eh? But I would take these on holiday with me, you know, if I went to see family in Spain or something like that. I would take those with me because I think they're good. I'm hoping to try the RMOVER ones soon. I'm looking to buy some of those and give them a go. So yeah, that's my findings. And what I would recommend that you do now, I'm just going to go and wash my hands and then we'll just pop some cuticle oil on and I'll just show you that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I've just washed my hands and cleaned them, and we're just going to pop some hand cream on. This is what I recommend that you do after you've put them through such a stressful time. I would saturate them in hand cream, and normally I would just let that soak in, like around it, just like that, so it looks like it's got quite a bit of it on. I would put quite a bit of this on at this stage, you know, just really treat the nail because it's been through a stressful time. So I would let that soak in to the nail, rub some into the hand because the fingers have obviously been through some stress as well. So I'm just going to rub this in for quickness and speed, but I would let that soak in to the nail and the skin around it, just because I think it really needs something like that. So I'm just going to wipe this on my piece of kitchen paper, and then I've just got a cuticle oil like this one, twist it and really put it all over the nail and underneath it and around the cuticle area. Hands are so slippy. So yeah, all the way around it, all on the nail, all underneath it, just all the way around it, underneath it, and the same here. Just because it's been through, you know, a lot of acetone, rub it all in, all underneath it as well. Rub it all in. This is what I do. I've done this for years, and you know, just give them a good treatment. And I probably wouldn't put anything on it for today. I'd at least leave it. If you did this at night time, like before you went to bed or something like that, that would be a good idea. And then you could leave these overnight and just give them a good treatment. And then in the morning you can wash off all the oil, and you know, you could put a top and base on or something to go to work, and then maybe do your nails the next night. But throughout the day, just put lots of this around the cuticle area and just under the nail, and put lots of hand cream, you know, around the cuticle. You can do this several times throughout the evening, just to make sure that you've really put some of the oils back into the skin and into the nail. It does work. My nails tend to look a lot better when I do this. Like, they do look better already. Excuse that, it's because that's an extension and it's growing out, so it's got something underneath it there. I mean, this was my first attempt at doing a sculpt. I don't think it's too bad. I have had it on some time, it's grown out to there. So this is going to be, I'm just waiting on an e-file actually. I've just brought an e-file, so I'm just waiting on that really. So yeah, they're my findings. Don't use these, they're no good. And don't use a cheap remover from a dollar store or pound store. Buy a remover, a good one, and either use oil wraps or one of these, or even the packets, if you know that's what you like. I would say these are good because it's come off in the allotted time. My nail doesn't look unhealthy, didn't take a lot of pushing off. So yeah, and then just remember, lots of cuticle oil and lots of hand cream when you're done. Okay, so if you've got any questions or you've got any comments on this, if you want to share with anybody, please write them in the comments box below. If you want to see me test out a method like this, just on a whole set, and see if it does come off in 15 minutes, let me know and I'll do it for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.